Well, good evening, everybody, and we have a really special shoe for you tonight. First off, first order of business, big correction. I had said earlier we were talking about the old Aurora molds, and particularly the civilian aircraft they made, that were the molds that were sent to Portugal. The first thing I had said that most companies pantograph their models down from 3 times larger down to 1/3 scale for the kit. So if they're going to make a 6-inch long kit, they're working from an 18-inch long pattern. And that Aurora didn't do that on their figure kits. And so Aurora didn't do that on any of their kits except the motoring stuff, the little slot cars. All of their kits, their plastic model kits and their figure kits, were cut 1-to-1 scale. They're to my knowledge, the only company that did that. So that I wanted to get that out there. And also, I had talked about those civilian aircraft line that went to Portugal and they botched them. Well, apparently, a lot of people had asked, well, what about the photographs of the 2 models that are in the catalog? Those were the patterns. I didn't realize that Andy told me today that they would, once they had the patterns done, they would put them together with a rubber cement, so expertly made, so they could photograph them for the catalog. And then, of course, they would be taken apart and gone off and have the molds made. Now, apparently what happened was when Ray Haynes got the test shots back from Portugal, they were so bad, it apparently wouldn't even let anybody see them. They just like scratch the 182 and the Learjet and bring the other 4 back. We don't know what happened, why they didn't recut the 182 and the Learjet. Maybe they'd already had too much money invested and it didn't have the funds, or I don't know what the reason was. There are a couple of reasons it could have been, but we don't even know what happened to those patterns. But the other 4 aircraft did come back, and the other 4 civilian aircraft did come back and were properly cut. But Aurora did cut their molds 1-to-1, which took some incredible talent. So I wanted to fix that mistake that I made. And another thing is I was out getting some footage today. Did you see my new beginning? How'd you like that? I pretty much finished up the XP50, or I guess today we call it the A50. As I'm doing this, I've got the last couple of elements hardening, but before I make the video, hopefully I can take some pictures and put them here. And here they are. Of course, I gave it a bubble canopy off of a Mustang, and kind of added some ordnance to it, the rockets under the wings. The bombs did come with it. Of course, it's got the big cannon machine guns in the nose. It would have made a nasty little ground attack airplane for sure. Probably would have had beefed up engines and been improved, more hardening of the armor plate. They did that with the Corsair. It was such a good ground strafer that they made it was called the AU-16, and it looks like a Corsair from the outside, but it doesn't have an oxygen system. It's strictly a ground attack airplane on the old Navy system. AU attack, Vought aircraft, Chance Vought. And since it was the first attack aircraft they had bought from Vought, it's no A2U or A1U, it's just AU. But from a little bit I've read of it, the pilots who flew it said it did not fly at all like a Corsair. It was heavier with all that armor plate. It wasn't as nimble and didn't fly as nice. And a few of the pilot reports I read were even more colorful than that. Probably one reason it didn't stay in service all that long. So I got a little bit of work done on the B-47. I can tell you this about the Academy B-47. If you're going to make it with the wheels down and everything, the way the kit's basically designed to be done, you're probably not going to have any problems. But if you want to, well, I'm going to have it wheels up. So the gear doors fit on real nice extended position, but it took a fair amount. I mean, not a lot, but you had to clip some stuff off and do some fitting, and it's going to take a little putty and stuff. So they're not really intended to be, man, I wish they would add a closed door option for it, but minor complaint. Remember I said to Kate I was using the mask, the liquid mask, and that did not go well. When I sliced it as I was cutting it, the part that was supposed to stay on lifted off, and the part that was supposed to come off was the part that adhered. I'm sure that stuff's good for covering up a lot of areas, but you're still going to have to trim the edges, so I'm just going to paint it by hand, old school. Now, I got started on the tremulous, and it's of course a resin kit, and I did wash it soap and water and dry everything off, getting a lot of residue down there. in the bucket. So you definitely have to wash your resin kit before you try to put it together. That'll look cool when it's done. And still getting ready for the collecting images and stuff and trying to get stuff put together for some more Aurora files and for the Sunday night show. I want to do something special. Today I tried a double live stream. I had Facebook on my phone and YouTube on my iPad and tried doing a short live stream with both of them while I was working on the models. A couple of you guys did catch it, and it's nothing spectacular. I was just seeing which one worked best. The comments on both were about the same. Although the comment threads, if you go and watch the live streams now that they've been on YouTube for a while, now the comments are available. I can see, I saw the questions you were asking. Mega How To Man, you asked about that, how I did the decals for the Gato submarine that I did for you. I did them on a laser printer, and I believe it was a laser, but I did them on an art program and then printed them out and cut them out and put them on. Now, of course, the logo would never have been on the sail in combat. They kept the ships pretty much flat gray to keep them as low visibility as possible. But of course, since it was for you and for your grandfather's submarine and everything, I wanted to put all that on there. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. The rust actually was this stuff right here. This is actually the same box. I've used very little since then. And this is a powder product called Dark Rust, and you just brush a little of it on. Now, if you're going to put a lot of it on, you can put a little glue down, but if you're doing just a little bit, you just put it on, dust it off, and it makes a perfect little rust on a model. And is there anything else? I think we're okay for the moment. Lots of cool things going on. I promised myself I wasn't going to start any more models until I got the ones I had done. And of course, once I start snooping around in a box, oh, well, look, I'll just put that together, and then I'll just put that together. It's like an addiction, you know. I did get to chat with one of the viewers today in England. He's not far from Liverpool. While I was experimenting with the Facebook and everything, he had just sent me a Facebook Messenger, so I just hit the little camera. Next thing I know, I'm talking to a gentleman and his family in England. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a nice little chat. And so we live in the future, don't we, folks? I'm sitting here in a 12 by 12 foot shed in the swamps of Florida and communicating to the world. So pretty amazing stuff. We live in interesting times, but I think largely in the good way. So keep on building, and remember, the only bad model is the one you never got. I just made that up. That's clever. That should be a t-shirt. We'll see you guys in the morning for coffee. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.